Hi, I'm Peter Mary, founder of the WED Guild, and right now I'd like to talk to you about the first requirement in the category for additional essay questions. Now, the first requirement is an essay that answers the question without naming names of a reception venue where you will never perform again and explain why. We're looking for 200 words or less. And the reason we're asking for this is because if you've been entertaining for more than 5 years, you've probably run into at least one location that you'd probably rather not work at again, and you can give some good reasons of why you wouldn't want to work there. I'll give you some examples I've run into. I ran into a location once that always made me set up in a back corner about 40 feet away from the dance floor. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make it loud enough on the dance floor for the guests to enjoy the music without making the people at the tables who were in between my speakers on the dance floor go deaf. Those people didn't like me. I had half the crowd who was angry at me. No matter how hard I tried, I could never make it a good party in that room. And after a while, due to that restraint as well as other restrictions they placed on my bride and groom and myself, I finally realized I just can't deliver great entertainment there. So I'm going to choose not to work there anymore. So if you have never encountered this situation, that's a little unusual, and maybe you would write an essay about what would cause you to not want to work at a location, so at least we can get an idea of where you would draw that line for yourself. This is not about having a big ego and wanting to get in a fight with a location and storm out. This is about working at a location where some of the situations that have happened have caused you to realize that their attitude and their environment is prohibitive for creating good entertainment for a wedding. I'll give you another simple example. Maybe the bride and groom hired you to work at a location where when you got there you found out that they had a room with then adjacent rooms, and the guests were all disconnected throughout the mealtime and dinner and into dancing, and when the toasts were done the guests couldn't see what was happening because they were in 4 or 5 different rooms around the property. If you've ever experienced anything like that, you probably learned the hard way that it's really hard to connect an audience when they're all disconnected and segmented that way. So that could be something you could write about. Take some time to write about one example and why you'll never work there again. And if you haven't run into that before, maybe take some time to write about what would cause you to not want to work at a particular facility. It'll give us an insight to your mindset as a director of entertainment who looks at the big picture and creating an environment that will be perfect for creating fun and enjoyment and great memories for their clients. If you have any questions about this requirement, feel free to go to our website, wedguild.com/community, where you can post on our public forums. We'll do our best to answer your questions there. And while you're there, be sure to register for our mentor program so we can get you connected with a current member who can walk you through your application process. If you have any questions for me, feel free to send me an email, peter@wedguild.com.